So the Chiefs just got the Super Bowl MVP, and a lot of other things have gone down around the league today. So it's the first day of NFL free agency, and I'm just going to go over fantasy implications surrounding those moves. So to start, Kenneth Walker, the last Super Bowl's MVP, unites with the Chiefs. So the Chiefs are three-peating. Their whole offense gets a bump up. Kenneth Walker, he's a first, second round fantasy player now. Mahomes, there is no reason he should be still QB 12, even after last year's performance, and that's where he's being drafted average right now. Both Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy get a boost just in the overall offense jumping up, let alone Worthy entering year 3. And then for the Seahawks, not much changes. Besides, I'd move their offense down maybe one step as a whole, and Charbonnet shoots through the roof, being the current RB1 over there in that team. So we'll see if they do any moves outside of him, but as of right now, you can draft Charbonnet between picks 110 and 160, and he's an RB1 who should be being drafted up there in the top 6-7 rounds. So that's the biggest move. You're seeing the Super Bowl MVP not get a contract to stay with his team / just going and being with the team where he can keep getting Super Bowls. We've said it on this channel multiple times. K9 is a future Hall of Famer. He's one of our 2 dreamed Hall of Fame players. We have 3 that we're calling out. And he goes and unites with the best team in the league. You know, they missed the playoffs 1 year. And now they go get a great pick, an extra first from trading away Trent McDuffie, and bring in Super Bowl MVP. So moving on, the Colts traded Michael Pittman to the Steelers. I'm not a huge Michael Pittman guy. I have it minimally affecting the Steelers as a whole. Maybe DK has to drop a little bit. For the most part, we still don't want much to do with any of that. It's better off that Pittman's away now. And Alec Pierce just got a 3-4 year extension. So the Colts receiving room is Pierce and Downs. They're Jonathan Taylor. Warren is a dog. Downs is going to be a lot of quick gadgety plays, and Pierce is their deep shot fuck it guy. I heard of Pierce his rookie year and drafted him in my dynasty, and that's been his nickname. Richardson's fuck it guy, even though AR not even playing no more, but that's just what he does. He's a big 6'4" body, and he's probably only 26 right now and just got a big extension. So he gets a little bit of a jump, but the fact that he's being drafted over Josh Downs right now is a little ridiculous. I just did my first draft of the 2026 fantasy season, and seeing Alec Pierce being drafted before Josh Downs is a mistake. So the next free agency move to talk about is Travis Etienne going over to the Saints. There's a lot of players who may or may not being signed back, Alvin Kamara being one of them. And at this point, Etienne is their RB of the future, and I give their offense a boost as a whole. I think they're only getting better under Shuck. Olave is starting to show what he's been touted to be. Etienne, as a running back, I have slightly lower expectations than I did for him on the Jags. And with that being said, the Jags RB backups, Bashal Tutin, he was a rookie who people had high hopes for, and we didn't see much out of. And then they got rid of Tank Bigsby, so right now, it could be Bashal Tutin's opportunity, let alone if they draft somebody else. Those guys are definitely in a little bit of an open light, depending on how they can produce and how well we think the Jags really can play. I'm a T-Law dynasty owner, so I'll always think they have that shot. That's why I'd say whoever is the RB for their team could be a good opportunity moving into 2026 fantasy. So, like I said, it's only day 1, but just with all these crazy moves, I had to hop on a video talking about everything changing. And the only couple things left to talk about are Mike Evans getting 3 years over in San Francisco. San Fran, as a whole, just is up. They get a aging Mike Evans, who is still a physical specimen. So him, Kittle, and then you're going to have your gadgety guys like Pearsall. It only improves their offense. The wide receivers outside of Evans got to take a little bit of a dip, right? Pearsall gets a little drop just with the fact that Mike Evans is going to be there for taking more competition, but I'd be knowing that you can get some production out of Evans, even if he does have to be aging, fighting injury, whatever else, he'll still be solid, especially this first year or 2. And looking over at the Bucks, I'd keep them about the same. Egbuka gets a huge jump entering year 2. He's obviously the lockdown guy. And then whoever they have besides Jalen McMillan that I'm forgetting right now, they got a couple guys that'll produce. Not going to be anything too crazy, but Egbuka is locked in for his role now. So the only other thing that people are rambling about is Tua being released by the Dolphins and potentially getting a 1-year signing with the Falcons. So The Dolphins just releasing Tua. They signed Malik Willis. Their whole offense is on a dip. I mean, Etienne is still solid, but I don't want much to do with that right now. If Tua really goes to the Falcons, is he playing over Penix is my first question. And if it's only a 1-year contract, it sounds like he might be. And does that have us take down any of the Falcons' offense as a whole? To be honest, probably not. You still keep Bijan up at the 101, 102, 103 if you're ridiculous. And then we're not big on Drake London or Pitts, but they're always going to be viable. Penix obviously is the biggest one in question if Tua gets a 1-year contract. Because Penix seems like he could be getting his opportunities to keep expanding his role, but then all these things keep happening. So we'll just see how everything keeps playing out. Like I said, today is only day 1 of the free agency. The biggest thing being Kenneth Walker, the future Hall of Famer to the Chiefs. That whole entire offense takes a boost. It's probably not what most people wanted to be seeing. And we're moving on in through the free agency to the 2026 fantasy season. So I just did my first draft on Best Ball. If you're new to Best Ball, it's the largest fantasy tournaments in the world where we're winning hundreds of thousands of dollars from fantasy. Now, we've only won $93 year 1, and year 2's financial recap is coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But if you are new to the idea of best ball drafts and you're interested, if you're 18, you can use code KINGSOLAIRE on Underdog Fantasy. Go hop yourself in some drafts. You're going to get a deposit match, and I'll be making sure that anyone who uses our code gets our rankings for this 2026 season. So along with that, look out for the giveaway. Stay tuned to the Instagram to keep caught up on that, where we're going to be not only giving away our rankings, but a free draft consultation call as well. Outside of that, it's just a quick recap video for today, just to fill everyone in with the massive moves going on around the league. So whether you're somebody who does a bunch of fantasy drafts or only one, make sure you're looking out for the videos we're going to have this offseason just to give yourself the best shot at winning your fantasy league. This is just the page for all you fantasy heads. So check out Fantasy Destined, subscribe, give this video a like if you enjoyed any of the value. And if any of these moves were new and you didn't know about them, let me know in the comments. Let us know what implications you guys think they have. You know, that's what I love most. It's really just this being not just a fantasy page, but a community where all of us people engaging in fantasy can really talk and learn through things together. That's how we're going to expand to win the most in our fantasy league. So y'all know what to do. Like this shit up. Grow Fantasy Destined. Let's smash through 420 subs and look out for the stock drop so you win the giveaway. It's a destiny.